Favor is what opens up doors no man can shut. Favor is what puts you in places you know you don't have no business being in. Favor is what sets you in positions that you know you aren't qualified for. Favor is what makes it so that you are exactly where you're supposed to be to accomplish exactly what it is that God has set for you to accomplish. It's what qualifies you. When you don't have the degree and you don't have the diploma, you don't have the connections, you're just where God has opened up a door for you to be. And even though people might talk badly about you or try to push you out of that place, you cannot be moved, not because you manufactured your way there, but because God's Spirit has placed you there. God's Spirit on your life is what makes it so that you don't have to market yourself, because you've already been marked by the presence of Almighty. I came to ask you this morning who you belong to. Jesus said, in order to have a conversational relationship with me, in order to have access to the privilege of hearing the voice of God, you got to make sure that we are in a relationship. He said, my sheep are the ones who will hear my voice. I didn't come this morning to ask you whether or not you go to church. I'm glad you do, but you can be in church and still not have a relationship. I didn't come this morning to ask you whether you do good stuff. I hope you do, but that ain't got nothing to do with whether or not you got a relationship with Jesus Christ. I hope that you serve in your local church and that you're a great family member. I pray that even you have relatives, fathers and mothers and grandparents. I pray that many of you have a legacy of faith, but I came to tell you that God doesn't have grandkids. Just because your father or mother placed faith in Jesus Christ does not mean that it automatically trickled down to you. You must have your own relationship with Jesus Christ.
Say just listen to yourself. Don't listen to anybody else. Not one person, because God forbid anything went wrong. You can't blame other people and start pointing the finger. Always know that you're only to blame yourself because you made that decision. And whatever you do in life, never regret it. Never if, buts, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Give everything while you can, when you can, and leave nothing behind.
How our Lord appears before we sin, and how Satan appears before we sin. Then I will describe how our Lord appears after we sin, and how Satan appears after we sin. Well, he appears as thou shalt not. Go not this way. And so he stands in front of us. Oh, we're not free. We cannot do all we want to do. Christ is there. But how does Satan talk? We don't believe those things anymore. Times have changed. Are you still a virgin? You mean you've never had a smoke of marijuana? Listen, everybody's doing it. You've got to live. You have to be yourself. You haven't committed adultery? Everybody's doing it now. These views of strict morality were all right 100 years ago or 500 years ago. But this is a new world. I gotta be me. I gotta be free. That's the way the devil talks. He's on our side. Before we sin, Christ seems to be the accuser. Before we sin, the devil is our defender. He's on our side.